Hi everyone, I am ALIAS George from Maybanks. So this is the fourth example for QM method. Till now I have discussed only the four variables, but you may say that why we can't do that with the K-map. It's very easy. Why we are going with QM? The main advantage of the QM is that we can deal the higher variables very easily. We can introduce the programming concept with the QM method, which cannot be deduced in the case of the K-map. That is the main advantage of Q method. So one example we can try with the five variables. I know it will be very lengthy, but I will try my maximum. So please listen, okay? I don't prefer you now want to do these things. I will just will pass through this, okay? You can listen here. So this is our function. It has a five input is there A, B, C, D, E, and the minterms there is not on care only minterms and is SOP expressions. So these all are the minterms. So the first thing you should draw is the binary representation, then grouping the binary minterms, then the what you can say matching pairs. Matching is the first comparison, second comparison, if possible third comparison. Okay, then you can continue up to where you find there is no matching terms, matching pairs. So this is the matching first comparison table and the second comparison table. Sorry, okay. First comparison and the second comparison. From the second comparison, we cannot form a uh, matched pair if we compare this with this group 1 with the group 1, 0 with the group 1. We will not get a matched pair, so that will be our final comparison. So if we don't getting a matched pair, what we generally will do, we will cross this. Okay. You don't get a matched pair for all these things. And also we are not getting matched pair. The first comparison also some matched pairs are also not getting the other matched pair. So it is ticked that as a I crossed that. So all the crossed one in the first and the second comparison table are the prime implicants. As I earlier told, if you don't know prime implicants, everything this like you can watch the example one where I will be describing all this very deeply. So now this all unchecked one is the prime implicants. Okay. So there is nothing difference is there. Additionally, one zero is there to represent this like higher numbers. There high one more zero is there. Zero one more 5-bit instead of 4-bit 5-bit. That's only difference. And other things are difference. So next we can draw the what you can say prime implicant chart PI chart. It will be something like this, very heavy. Okay, it will be somewhat lengthy, but you can try. Okay, it's needed only you can try. So as the rules I will be explaining. Okay, so the general rules is that after constructing the PI chart, cross these things and go through the column. This column you go through. So there are three crosses. This column three cross, and this column also three cross. This also three cross. Here one cross. Wherever you encounter one cross in a column, just round that. Okay. M8 also three cross. M9 four cross. Then the next cross will be coming in the M25. This column. So wherever there is a cross, corresponding row will be a prime implicant. That prime implicant will be essential prime implicant. Wherever there is a single cross, corresponding row will be a essential prime implicant. And after checking the essential prime implicant, look what all minterms they are covering. Here in the first case, A dash, B dash, D, E dash, it is covering 2 and 6. The second minter, so second essential prime implicant C dash D dash E, it is covering 1 is covering, 9 is covering, 17 is covering, then 25 is also covering. Then what about others? M0 is not covering, M3 is not at all covering, M8 also that is such like so many are not covering. Then we should go for row or column dominance. That is what? Just take M0. M0 has three possibilities, either to round this one or round this one or round this one, which I will round. If I round this one means it will cover 0, cover 1, 2 is already covered. So additionally 0 and 3 will be covering. If I select this, so here 2 will be covering, okay. If I select this, 0 will be covering, 8 and 9 will be covering, 3 will be covering. If I select this, 0 will be covering, 2 is already covered, 8 and 10 will be covering. So first only 2 will be covering. The second case and third case additionally 4, no, here 9 is already covered, sorry, okay. So see, 1 is covered, 9 is already covered. So 0 and 8 only will be additionally covered. So if I select this cross, 2 will be covering, additional 2 will be covering. If I select this cross also, additional 2 will be covering. But if I select this one, then 3 additional will be covering. I will be covering 0, I will be covering 8, I will be covering 10. So whichever the prime implicant covering the maximum number of terms around that. So this is our essential prime implicant. Understand? That's all. So, and after that, getting the next step after getting the essential prime implicant is to tick which all covered. M0 is covered, M2 is already covered, M8 is covered, and M10 is covered. So we can M3 is not at all covered. So come to the case of M3. This column, three possibilities. This possibility, this is a possibility, this is a possibility. If I select this, 0 is covered, 1 is also covered, 2 is covered, only 3 will be covering. So if I select this, 1 is covered, 3 will be covering, 9 is already covered, 11 will be covering, 2 will be covering additionally. If I select this, 2 is covered, 3 will be covering, 10 is already covered, 11 will be covering additionally. I think there is a tie in this case. So you can either select this one or this one, because in both the case it will, you can't select this way. This one you can't select because only it will be covering 3. Only 1 will be covering. But in this two case, here it will be covering 3 and 11 additionally. Here in this case, it will be covering 3 and 11. Be covering 3. Both the cases it is same, I think. Yeah. So you can select either of things, no problem. Both this case don't care is not there. We can select either of. I will go with this one. Okay. So in that case, 1 is already covered. The next step after selecting the prime implicate is to, essential prime implicate is to tick it. 3 is covered, 9 is covered, 11 is also covered. So I am repeating one more. In this case, M3 case, you can select either of this, no problem. You can, if you select this also, both are correct. Okay. Then the next one is M20 is not covered. So for M20, there are two possibilities. This is a possibility, this is also a possibility. So if I select first one, then if I select the first one, 20 will be covering, 21 will be covering. If I select this one, 20 will be covering, 28 also will be covering additionally. Okay. I think both are okay. You can select either of them, no problem. You can select this one or this one. No problem. Yeah, there is no problem. So I am selecting the first one, okay, rounding this one. And which all are covered? 20 is covered, 21 is covered now. So we can go with the 23, okay. So two possibilities for 23, this or this. If I select this, 21 and 23 is covering. If I select this, 23 and 31 is covering. So 21 already covered, right? So it will be covering additionally 23 will be covering, 1 only will be covering, but it will be covering 2. So select the prime implicant covering the maximum number of terms. So this one. So this one is a essential prime implicant. So it's all are covered 23 and 31. So next 28. M28, two possibilities, this and this. So you can see that if I select this, 20 is already covered. 28 will be covering. If I select this, 28 and 30 will be covering. So select the prime implicant covering the maximum number of terms. So this one, again, this one. So such that all our minterms are covered. This is all about. So after finally you can write F as the sum of the essential prime implicant, that is A dash B dash D E dash plus A B dash C D dash plus A B dash B C E dash plus A C D E, then A C dash E dash, then A dash C dash E plus C dash D dash E. This is our function. I hope all this understood. It's very easy. For some of the students may select in this case, which case, and either encountered this like different cases. You can select either of this, not at all a problem. So answer will be different. That's also correct. Okay, that's only problem. So thank you.